This is SwissCJ-Fx. So today I want to show you how to identify your point of interest. So now, not all strategy uses point of interest as a way of entry. But strategies like ICT, SMC, and some other ones, they use the concept of point of interest for market entry. So what is point of interest? So point of interest is the area of the market where it is believed that when price comes to that area, there's going to be a reversal, right? So the advantage of point of interest is that it kind of gives you a proper entry to the market so as to have an advantage in your risk to reward, right? So when you enter at the exact spot where market tend to reverse, right, it tends to increase your risk to reward rate. So thereby you're making more money. So there are actually 4 types of points of interest that you're going to find in the market, or areas where you find the point of interest. So the number one is the bullish, the bullish continuation point of interest, right? So that is going to be this is the bullish continuation point of interest. Then the second one is going to be the bearish continuation point of interest. Then the third one is going to be the bearish reversal point of interest. And the last one is going to be the bullish reversal point of interest. All right, so how do we identify the point of interest? So when we see a long candle, right, then, or let me start this way. Point of interest, you identify it using 3 candles. The first candle the first candle in most cases are very long candle, right? Then the second candle, which is this one, has what I will call a consolidation or market indecision. Then the third candle will have a long spike. So in most cases, it's only the second and third candle that you pay more attention to. But in general, you always see the first candle kind of long, but in most cases, the second candle, you will see the consolidation actually happening. Then the third candle, you now see a long spike. So the longer the candle, the better. And also, the smaller the candle that is formed at the second candle, oh my God, the better, right? So right now, what we're going to focus on mainly is a second candle, right? So what we are looking for mainly is, when we look for this consolidation, the first candle before this consolidation, was there a long one, right? Then we now look at the candle after this consolidation. Is there actually a long one? So irrespective of the position, if the answer is yes, then this area is going to be our point of interest. Right? So then also, when we look at this bearish continuation point of interest, so we look for this we look for this, we'll ask ourselves, this place, this consolidation, the candle before it, do we find a long candle at this place? If the answer is yes, then we'll now look for the candle after this consolidation. If the candle is actually long, then we'll identify this as our point of interest. Then we'll now look at this bearish reversal point of interest. So we'll look for this. This is first we'll look out for. Then we'll now ask ourselves, the first candle before the formation of the indecision or this consolidation, is it a long candle? If the answer is yes, then we'll now move to the next, which is the candle after this. Is it actually long? If the answer is yes, then we have identified our point of which is this. Then the next one is the bullish reversal. So when we find this indecision in the market, we'll ask ourselves, the candle before is indecision, is it actually a long candle? If the answer is yes, then we'll look for the next one. If the candle after it is actually long also, then we'll identified our point of interest. So if we want to draw our point of interest, right, we are going to we'll use the measurement of the body of the candle and the wick. So we'll calculate using our eyes, the proportion of the body of the candle compared to the wick. Now, if the wick and the candle are of the same size, right? If the wick of the candle and the body of the candle are of the same size, then the best way to draw our point of interest is that we'll come here, starting from the wick down to the last wick, then we'll pull it down here. So again, when we go to the bearish continuation point of interest, we'll look at is the candle of this, the body of this candle and the wick, are they in the same proportion? Like, if this wick here and this body, are they the same? This wick here and this body, are they the same? So the answer is yes. Then we're going to use the whole candle as our point of interest. Then also in this bearish reversal, we're going to use the whole of it. So then when it now comes to this also, looking at the wick and the body, since they are the same, we're going to use the whole of this. Right? Right, so this is how to identify your point of interest. So now, assuming in some scenarios, the wick is far longer than the body of the candle, right? So let me give you an example. For instance, if this wick right here is actually long like this, right? Or if this wick is actually long like this, right? So when we are trying to draw our point of interest, we're not going to draw it from here to here. No, right? Now, if you want to draw it like this, is actually going to reduce your risk to reward ratio, and your stop loss is going to be very, very big. So this is not how to draw it. So if you have this kind of scenario, what you're going to do is that you're going to start from the body of this wick, of this body, of this candle, right? Then down to this wick. So if we're going to draw it, we're going to start from here. I'm going to draw it here. So this is then also, if we have this scenario also, the candle is far longer than the body. So what we're going to do is that we're not going to start from here to find our point. We're going to start from this body, then up to this place. Because why? Because the wick of this and the body are alike. So you just draw all of them, all right? right? Then also in this scenario too, in the bearish reversal, if the wick is far longer than the body, the point of interest is not going to be from here to here. It's going to be from this body, then down to that place. Then also, so for instance, this one also, if the wick is far longer than the body in the bullish reversal, we're not going to pick the whole point of interest. Instead, we're going to pick from this body and down to this place. All right, so from back testing and from history, I've discovered that this is what always happens. That when price wants to come back to this level, right? Let's assume this is when price wants to come back, right? Maybe from up here, it doesn't come to this level. I thought it always comes to this level, touches this place, then it will now come and then it will now reverse, right? So every time if price is coming from this place, coming from it doesn't test from here, it always comes to this body and it will now reverse. And so same with this also, right? So this is how to identify your point of interest. So if this video was very helpful to you, I would like you to subscribe this video and watch it again so that you kind of understand how to identify and draw your point of interest. So see you next time. Take care. God bless.